My office responds to any unattended death across the county, and while everyone is tragic in its own way, particularly tragic both for obviously families and for our first responders, are the sudden unexpected death of an infant. And we know that the leading cause of those deaths in kids under the age of 1 is an unsafe sleep environment.
One thing that's been lacking is teaching our new parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and babysitters about the importance of keeping our most vulnerable citizens, our newborns, our young babies safe. A lot of young people today are having children that have never been educated. When we were raising our children years ago, we never heard about, keeping things out of the crib, keeping babies out of the bed. It's just something that we did. But unfortunately, we've learned from many tragedies over the years.
The baby box was begun in the country of Finland because they had an increase in their sudden infant deaths. So we have seen an increase in Middlesex County as well, and have worked hard with the DA's office to educate our parents, educate our staff. But now we're going to begin a pilot where we're going to send parents home with this box, with increased education and some hands-on and some contact, more than what we usually do, with the hopes of seeing that we've saved at least one baby.
My mother's a registered nurse, and so when we loaded the crib up, as you do with a newborn, she went in and took everything and threw it right out and said, this is how it works. But again, a lot of my friends, we did everything wrong, really. So hopefully we're learning from the studies now, but this is it's a great initiative. And really important one too.
What we're seeing is parents are bringing babies into bed because maybe the air conditioning is in the bedroom. Maybe dad is sitting on a recliner and he falls asleep and suffocates the baby in his neck.
I went to a call about 20 years ago for a sudden unexpected infant death syndrome, and I'll never forget the look on the mother's face and the screams coming from her. And unfortunately, there was nothing we could do with this particular case. It was too late. And it was devastating to the family, to the parents, to the extended family, to all the first responders. It's something that I never forgot, even though it happened over 20 years ago. So that's why I think this campaign is so important.
We've got some new components to the program this year, one of which is this poster behind me that developed by kids in our high schools. We'll be going out to OBGYN offices to get parents thinking about it early, a safe nursery. We have an app for people's phones that we're going to roll out for iPhones, 10 questions. Whether you get the question right or wrong, it gives you great information. We know that's how younger people get all their information. We'll be going out to homeless shelters, women's shelters, transitional housing, especially as a family. For instance, somebody who wanted a big fire. They've been disrupted. The baby's going to be sleeping in a different place. Remember to be safe. Think about things like blind cords, electrical cords, anything that the baby can get tangled up in. We'll also be talking to folks struggling with a substance issue, whether it be folks in a methadone clinic or in a drug treatment program, about being safe and responsible parents, because we know there's a lot of issues associated with that, whether it is being born early. Preterm babies are at much more risk for sudden unexpected death, whether it is being around smoke, whatever kind of smoke it is, even third-hand smoke. So that's where you go somewhere, you get smoke on your clothes, you come home and you pick your baby up and the baby nuzzles into that. That's dangerous to the baby as well. And also being attentive about where that baby is being put down. So we're hoping to roll that out, continue that message, because it didn't matter to you maybe a month ago, but now you're pregnant, now you have a new baby, you have a new grandchild. Now you need to hear that message once again.
Is there a website that folks can visit for more information?
They can go to our website, which is www.middlesexda.com, and that will take you to our Safe Sleep piece of that.
How well does Winchester Hospital work with the general public in these kinds of initiatives, in your opinion?
Very well. I think it's one of the best in the state. It's a community hospital. It really is in the community. You can feel their presence here. They're involved in pretty much every community activity we have going, supportive of it. And again, taking the lead in a lot of these really important health initiatives to prevent tragedies that are preventable.